Buenos días, clase de español. Good morning, Spanish class. This is intended for Spanish class 1, and we will be reviewing the sections in your book and on page 2 and 3 this morning. So if you would like to follow along in your book, I recommend you do that, and also take out your vocabulary notebook. So we're going to start with the morning greetings. Ready? Let's begin. Buenos dias, which means good morning. And I could address somebody in specific, so I will address my friend Paco in this review. I don't actually have a friend named Paco, but I'm just going to use his name. It would be more of a nickname. So, buenos dias, Paco. Buenos dias, Paco. ¿Cómo estás? How are you? To which he might answer, muy bien, gracias. And since I am a teacher and an adult, he would say, ¿Cómo está usted? How are you in the formal. If he was addressing another peer, he would say, yo estoy, or he would choose to omit the yo because the yo is understood. He would say, estoy muy bien. ¿Y tú? If he was talking to his friend Maria, he would say, I am good, thank you, and you. So if he was talking to Maria in the informal, he would say, estoy muy bien. ¿Y tú? One more time. So, buenos dias means good morning, and I hope you're having a great morning, especially since you're able to stay home and do school. ¿Cómo estás? To which I would answer, or a friend would answer, because it's said in the informal, ¿Cómo estás? How are you? Muy bien. ¿Y tú? If I was talking to an adult, I would use the usted form, which would be, ¿Cómo está usted? Let's continue. Hola, Maria. Hola, Carmen. ¿Qué tal? What does the word ¿qué tal mean? It's a very informal phrase to say, how's it going? And to which Carmen answers, regular, gracias. ¿Y tú, cómo estás? Maria answers, más o menos, gracias. Más o menos means, así, más o menos. Más o menos, I would say más o menos is the informal of saying so, más o menos, so, thanks, more or less, thanks. So más o menos. And sometimes it's hard to find an exact translation of the word you're using. Oftentimes it's the idea that is understood in the translation. Let's continue with the afternoon greetings. So I'm going to just read out loud with you here. The second section that says afternoon greetings. Rosa meets her teacher after school in the afternoon. Señor Gomez says, buenas tardes, Rosa. ¿Cómo estás? Did you understand what he said? Buenas tardes means good afternoon. Rosa, ¿cómo estás? You already know this because you're catching on really well. So, ¿cómo estás, you know, is how are you? Rosa answers, muy bien, gracias. ¿Y cómo está usted, Señora Gomez? Did you catch the word usted? She's addressing Señora Gomez in the formal, and to which Señora Gomez is going to answer, bien, gracias. Very well, or very good. Thank you. And then they're going to say farewell or goodbye to each other by saying adios. When you're addressing an adult, you can say adios, señora, or as in a teacher, adios, maestra. Let's move on to the evening greetings. Carlos meets his teacher one evening. Carlos says, buenas noches, señor Rojas. Señor Rojas. Buenas noches, Señor Rojas. And so he's addressing Señor Rojas in the formal, and he's saying good evening. So, buenas noches means both good evening and good night. And did you notice that in questions in Spanish, the punctuation that is used is an inverted question mark at the beginning of the question as well as at the end. Buenas noches, Carlos. ¿Cómo estás? To which Carlos answers, muy bien, gracias. And because he's addressing Señor Rojas, he says, ¿Y cómo está usted? Let's say it again. ¿Y cómo está usted? Muy bien, gracias, answers Señor Rojas. Adiós. And Carlos says, adiós. Hasta mañana. Señor Fuente. Buenos días, Miguel. We are now on page 3. Miguel says, buenos días, Señor Fuente. We know that buenos días is good morning. ¿Cómo está usted is, that's right, how are you in the formal? Muy bien, gracias, answers Señor Fuente. Hasta mañana. Luis is talking to Paco. Hola, Paco. Hola, Luis, ¿qué tal? How's it going? Luis answers, muy bien. Hola, Pedro, ¿cómo estás? Pedro says, estoy bien, gracias. Adiós. Did you notice that when young people talk, they greet each other and say, ¿Cómo estás? But when adults greet, when they greet adults, they say, ¿Cómo está usted? Adults are greeted in a more formal manner. One more time, we're going to go through our phrases for saying goodbye, or as they say in the book, taking a leave. Adiós means goodbye. Adiós. Hasta luego means till I see you later. Hasta mañana means see you tomorrow. Adiós, hasta luego, and hasta mañana. See you soon.